What's going on, everybody out there? What's going on? We back with another video. Today's video is going to be on weeds. I know it's that time of year, and before it gets too hot out there for everybody, I'm going to try to help y'all out with these weeds, man. I'm trying to help y'all out, try to get them taken care of, prevent them, and just talk about, everything about weeds and how they can affect your garden, affect your orchard. So let's jump right into it. All right, guys. So first things first is, what is a weed? What can be considered a weed? That could be considered anything unwanted. Like, let's just say these. These are like some type of like lily pads. They're unwanted. They will be considered weeds. All this stuff that's around my fig tree here would be considered a weed. But what about something like like strawberries? You have people that like to plant strawberries around the bottom of their trees. For some, those will be considered weeds, but for most, it's not going to be considered weeds. It's going to be considered something that you want, like these. Like, see these? This is my blackberry thornless, or the blackberry freedom. And you can see here is growing near my orange tree here. And I believe that's the Hamilton orange. Yeah, it is. All right, so this could literally be considered a weed because it's unwanted. But I'm gonna let it grow here because I'm gonna kind of box it all off, or I may just repot it and get rid of it. Even this watermelon down here, got watermelon and tomatoes, but these were planted here for a reason. Just a little experiment that me and my wife are working on, because banana trees, they hold a lot of water. So the watermelon and the tomato, once they tap into the ground and get their roots established, they'll be able to get a lot of that water. But let's keep it moving. Weeds are unwanted. So if you want to get rid of them, as you can see here, I have a weed barrier here. You have weed barrier that'll keep down on the weeds and keep them literally gone. But as you can see, they get holes in them. They get holes in them, and then the weeds grow through that. So in order to use the weed barrier, you got to keep it from getting holes in it. You got to keep it from getting tears in it, or you got to reapply the weed barrier. Because you can see this weed's all over the place just because it's holes in it. And this right here isn't a big hole, guys. You would think that, oh man, it's a big hole there. It's not. Look, let me see, make sure there ain't nothing up on here. I'm gonna show you. Let's pull that on up, toss that, pull that, toss that. It's not a big hole. It's not a big hole at all. It's actually small compared to what you actually saw there. I mean, all it takes is a little tiny little hole or just a little opening, and here come all the weeds, guys. Another way that you can kind of combat the weeds or any unwanted growth is wood chips. But I would say this about wood chips. Don't just put down plain wood chips, because wood chips, when they start to break down, they need that nitrogen to break down. So if you're putting nitrogen into your garden or into your orchard, it's not going to get to your plants, because the wood chips are going to be absorbing it and breaking down. So if you want to have, I don't know if you can really see it because they're kind of breaking down, but as you can see here, you can see I have a lot of this is pine bark, or like pine wood, and it was chopped up. I had the chippers, when they chop down woods, they bring the whole tree. I mean, they bring the whole thing, everything chopped up, all the green growth, all the leaves, all the branches, all the pine needles and all that stuff, right? So they bring all of that stuff, and I put it all out here. And this right here used to be covered. It used to be covered with a whole bunch of weeds. I mean, you still see them here and there because it's not too thick back here. Like I said, it's thicker up here than it is back here. So, I mean, it's just kind of how things go, honestly, guys. As you can see, I have them around a lot of my trees, the wood chips. And like I said, I don't have them there too much for the moisture retention. I have them there because I don't want to have to come back here and pick weeds and all that kind of stuff. And you just see over here, look, you got weeds here, weeds around, but not too many near the trunk. Like it's not too much going on near the trunk. It's all around, yeah. That's because I don't have wood chips there. But yeah, and you want to stay on it. Like I said, especially with raised beds and stuff like that, you don't want to let it just take over. You want to continuously coming out, checking on your garden, checking on your orchard, making sure that stuff like this isn't happening. You see, it's growing from the outside of it. It's not too much going on the inside, but even like I said, this bed right here was overrun with weeds. And what did I do? I just threw my cow manure and all my soil, I threw that on top of it to where it still's growing from the outside, but not too much in the middle. And as you can see, fix this up for y'all, sorry. You can see, we got a little bit here, but what I like to do, look how much, look at that. Look at this. This is taking up a lot of nutrients, a lot of nutrients. So I just toss it to the side. And look, it's in there pretty good. I just toss them, get them out of here. Get them out of here. That's all you gotta do, get them out of here. And like I said, you get out here early, guys. Don't wait until things are all out of hand, because you get out here early before it starts to get really, really hot, then it won't be that bad. You'll come out here and, you'll poke around a little bit, get rid of the, dang, I just saw a squirrel. Probably, oh, yep. Hopefully you're not trying to eat my peaches again. But yeah, you get out here and you just, while they're small, just pluck them out. Now there's other ways that you could deal with weeds, but as you can see, I don't really deal with them that way. It comes to tilling. You could till your ground and try to get rid of the weeds, but me personally, I'm not too big into tilling. And two, like I said, I'll show you all my trees that I have around here, right? There's a whole bunch of trees, and what comes with trees, a lot of roots, a lot of roots. And it makes it almost impossible to till. So I just leave that alone, and I go with what works for me. So that's what you have to do. You have to go with what works for you, whether that be tilling, whether that be tarping, whether that be weed barriers, whether that be wood chips, whether that be spraying, like I said. And there is times to where I spray as well. I will spray on weeds, nuisance of weeds, but it's not going to be near my orchard. Like I said, it's going to be away from it. It's going to be maybe in the front yard. It's not going to be back here in the back. I'll get back here with my lawnmower. I'll get back here with my weed eater, and I'll handle it like that. But another thing I will say when it comes to wood chips, or when you're putting down a weed barrier, if you're going to do either one of those things, make sure you cut your grass down low, as low as you can go. Even scalp it if you have to, but just get it down as low as possible before you throw down your weed barrier, or before you throw down the wood chips. And the quality of weed barrier matters. Look at this one. This right here was more expensive than, say, this one. More expensive. I can walk on this. I can set a chair on top of this, and it's not going to put a hole in it. But that one over there, the cheaper one, you get for what you pay for, people. Get what you pay for. And you'll have some weeds that'll pop up regardless. Whether you have wood chips, tarpon, yeah, they're not gonna come up. But if you have wood chips, they're gonna come up, but you'll have to handle them. But it won't be as many as you think. It'll be something you can get taken care of in 15, 20 minutes, according to how big your garden is. If you have a big area, orchard, or space to where you're trying to take care of, it'd be best, most likely, like I said, to cut everything as low as possible and then throw wood chips. And I ain't talking about 2 inches of wood chips. I'm talking like 6+ inches of wood chips to where nothing can grow through. Because it's you, like I said, look at this. I didn't cut this down. That's why I'm telling y'all now what to do, because I've already done it the wrong way. And you can see stuff just grows out from up under it. It just grows out up under it. So what do I have to do? I have to come in, rake this stuff back, rake back the wood chips here, cut it down as low as I can, disturb those roots, and then cover it back up. That's what I have to do there. And I'm gonna show y'all something else too. Man, look at this. This is really nice. A whole bunch of little grapes on them, muscadines. They're all over the place. They're pretty small though. But I'm gonna show y'all another example of like what could be considered a weed. Now, you will look at this and be like, man, that's a lot of weeds. Like, it's a lot. That's actually cilantro. It's all over and it's about to start flowering. This used to be my wife's herbs. She used to have dill, cilantro, all that stuff out here. And I don't mind it because see where I've put the mulch. Like I said, if I was to move some of this stuff back, you can see where I've put the mulch at, and it's not really growing there. It's growing around almost in like a circle around it. And it's not going to do too much to it. Like I said, I'm going to have to make a video on avocado trees because they are very sensitive. They are super sensitive. So having, some herbs or something around the base of it helps those trees out tremendously. Like I said, I have more tomatoes here. A lot more tomatoes here. But that's pretty much all I got, guys. Like I said, I'm just trying to riddle off these facts and just from prior experience about dealing with weeds and different things I've tried and the research I've done to see what actually works and what doesn't work or what works well and what keeps weeds down the longest. Like, and those are my two tops. Other than the tilling, I like the tarp, I like the weed barrier, and the wood chips. Those are my two favorites. It makes everything look neat, makes everything look professional, and it keeps your plants looking good because they're not sacrificing any nutrients to anything else. So you're not wasting anything. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like I say, if you have any questions, you have anything to add, because like I said, I don't know it all. And like I said, I'm just talking to y'all like I'm talking to my friends, man. Like, I don't know it all. I'm just telling what I know, so y'all can add it to what you know, and we can keep this thing pushing forward, man. But all right, guys, I'm signing out.